That's what I'm talking about.
Antler thieves deprive law-abiding citizens of their chance to collect shed antlers.
You're not under arrest.
This trail camera is designed to take movies.
Wardens go through great pains to prevent theft and bring thieves to justice. Today, we'll experience both. But it's not all about enforcement for the Wardens as we head to eastern Montana to assist with wildlife counts and collect trophy walleye spawn on the Fort Peck Reservoir.
A good sized walleye right there.
You know what you did wrong? You're before shooting hours. There we go. You want to go to jail yet?
You may want to think twice before you pick up an antler on a game range in Montana.
Right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Nice.
Those caught trespassing or illegally taking antlers face hefty fines and the loss of hunting privileges.
One of the leads was that some of the suspects had sold some of the antlers to a local taxidermist.
You guys gonna run over there?
Yeah, we got a minute.
All right, I'll do some more digging. If I can find out their name, I'll call you.
Warden Sergeant Dan Curtin and Captain Jeff Darrow take a trip to the local taxidermist to ask a few questions.
The taxidermist wouldn't have known where the antlers came from, so there was no wrongdoing on his behalf.
This is one whitetail shed. We're going to bring the elk antlers up in a second. We got the consent to search form signed. Everything looks good.
Of course, it's legal for that to happen, to sell antlers. There is a market for shed antlers.
Captain Jeff Darrow has been with the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks Law Enforcement Division for 26 years and works in Region 2.
He bought 11 elk antlers and a deer antlers from 2 of the suspects.
Okay, thanks guys. Have a good day.
Wardens confiscate the antlers to use as evidence in court.
Well, we came over to the taxidermy shop where the antlers were sold. The taxidermists were very cooperative. They were very upset to learn that they were taken off the game range in a closed fashion. They signed a consent to search form. They were real cooperative on the whole situation, turned the antlers right over to us, gave us the amounts that were paid for them and when, and we told them that we would do the best to get their money recouped when these folks are sentenced.
Just what Dan said, both of the taxidermists here are really stand-up guys. They hunt antlers themselves, and they just didn't think it was fair that guys could go in and get antlers before the season. And they said they were glad that we were looking at it, treating it serious, because they, in their mind, it was just the same as poaching. We're narrowing down all the antlers, so. Today we were investigating some antler theft from our Blackfoot Clearwater game range, and one of the steps that we took this morning was to follow up on some leads. And
Operation Antler Blitz takes place at Region 2's headquarters in Missoula, Montana.
And, normally he's finding, he might come home with one in a day. It's not like he's coming out with handfuls of them.
It's amazing how some of the people get addicted, to it. They really do. It's kind of like it's an Easter egg hunt in a way, I mean, they get hooked, and that's fine, but do it within the parameters of when you can do it. And plus, the game ranges are closed for a reason. They aren't closed to keep people out of there for antler reasons. They're closed to keep people out of there because there's elk in there wintering.
400 miles to the east in Region 6, Warden Todd Tryon gets an early start in support of several wildlife management efforts south of Glasgow, Montana.
So we're helping out the wildlife guys, helping them with their sage grouse count. Come out here to count the sage grouse, male sage grouse on their leks.
Antelope are kind of blowing our cover.
They have these known areas where the males have been known to come. They'll come back year after year and do their display for the females. I didn't see any females on this one. By about now, they're usually done, but the males will still come. And there was 8 on this one.
Coming up, record snowfall means higher concentrations of elk antlers, and the temptation to shed hunt illegally, well, it's too great for some. The vast plains of eastern Montana are home to numerous species of game and upland birds, but not a lot of people. Game wardens frequently assist biologists to expand the reach of wildlife management. Today, Warden Todd Tryon of Glasgow, Montana, is performing a count on sage grouse.
Helping out the wildlife guys, helping them with their sage grouse count. And there's 8 on this one. They'll do their display and beat each other up a little bit. Got some antelope giving away our position right off.
Warden Tryon makes a quick count and heads to another location.
So we hit our first sage grouse select. Had 8 males on it. Now we're gonna go to one that last count I had on it was 33 males. So see if they can give us a show.
In 2010, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service determined the greater sage grouse warrants protection under the Endangered Species Act. However, other listings have been determined to be a higher priority. Sage grouse are mostly concentrated in the central to eastern part of Montana, an area that is pressured by oil and mineral exploration, making sage grouse counts a key part in monitoring the health of their population. 400 miles to the west near Augusta, Montana, on the Sun River Game Range, wardens are pulling out all the stops in pursuit of trespassers.
We do have a problem when the game ranges are closed, people coming on, picking up sheds. What we're doing today is we're patrolling the Sun River Game Range. We have a migratory elk herd, which numbers about 2,500 elk. What's critical about this game range is they spend the winter months here.
Game ranges are closed from December 1st until May 15th of the following spring.
That's basically for the protection of the wildlife that use this area. It's critical winter habitat. We really are concerned about keeping people off the game range during the winter months. These elk and the wildlife, the deer, they are, during the winter, are just trying to stay alive. They don't need to be chased around, burning calories by people looking for shed antlers. So that's a #1 goal of ours during the winters, to keep people off this game range. During the summer months and into the hunting season, we do allow hunting by permit only here. A lot of recreational opportunity, a lot of horseback riding, camping, fishing, bird watching, photography. The wildlife management area gets used a lot for multi-purposes.
Wardens Dave Holland and Ezra Schwam work in bordering districts and will frequently assist each other in these types of operations that involve multiple regions. Bull elk typically drop their antlers starting late March or early April. Warden Holland plans on placing an antler equipped with a transmitter to possibly catch potential poachers. With record snowfall, more elk than usual wintered at the Sun River Game Range. Wardens Holland and Schwam set out to patrol on horseback. Holland is riding a state-owned horse, while Schwam elects to ride his personal mule, named Purpose. Wardens use horses or mules to cover more ground on the range without generating noise from trucks or ATVs.
We can bounce back and forth.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
Get up on the ridge, see if we can see where the big group's at.
It's going to be to the east. All right, Clyde, let's go.
Warden Dave Holland has been with the Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks Law Enforcement Division for 9 years and works in Region 4.
Look at the base on that thing.
It's not as big as I thought, but it's
thick.
Yeah.
Having traveled approximately 2 miles, Wardens Holland and Schwam have found several antlers, meaning there hasn't been too much illegal activity on the game range. They continue to ride looking for any suspicious activity or people. When we return, we continue our investigation into antler theft on the game range, and then we head east and put our hands on some trophy walleye. You're watching Wardens only on Outdoor Channel.
So over my right shoulder here, there's what we call an exclosure, and it's a fenced area. We fence it to keep the elk out. Wildlife management area, we do not allow any livestock grazing here, so it's all elk and deer. So what it does is it helps us gauge what the use of the range is being used by the elk. So in that exclosure, there's grass that's grown that hasn't been grazed on, and if you notice around me here, it's been grazed down pretty good. It's starting to green back up. But that's just a good tool. We have them spread throughout the game range, and it helps keep an indication on what the elk are using for range and how hard they're using it. This particular antler is a transmitted antler. I've put a transmitter in this. I'm going to be putting it out here on the game range. I'm about 2 miles into the game range. And it's more of a deterrent. I freely let people know I put these transmitted antlers out, and I want people to know if they, make the choice to trespass on the game range, that when they stoop down to pick up an antler, I want in the back of their mind to think, wonder if that's a transmitted antler. So I've made cases in the past with this type of technology. I've tracked them back to their residence. I've done search warrants. I've found where they've taken these antlers and stashed them here on the game range to pick up later. So what I'm going to do is be putting this one out. Hopefully nobody trespasses to pick it up, but if they do, then we should be able to track it back to their house or to their stash here on the game range.
"150 miles to the southwest of Region 2 headquarters in Missoula, Montana, wardens are hot on the trail of antler thieves. Several tips have come in on 4 men trespassing and stealing antlers on the Blackfoot Clearwater game range before the open season. Wardens have seized some of the antlers, which were sold to a local taxidermist. 2 days prior, Warden Ezra Schwam called 2 of the men as they came off the game range.
Well, I got a call from Dan Curtin, the sergeant, that if I could go sit on a vehicle over by the Blackfoot Clearwater game range. 10-4, we're on our way. Warden Bill Copen was over there, was driving by, coming in to Missoula to work on some search warrants for some antlers that we knew had been taken off the game range. I ran over there right away, got there, exchanged information with Warden Copen, and he took off, came to Missoula, and I continued to sit on the vehicle, figuring I'd be there till dark. And just a few hours after I got there, they came walking out. They didn't have any backpacks or any antlers with them. Through interviewing them, found out that they were indeed on the game range that day. Did have a cache of antlers. We went back and got that cache of antlers and then brought them down here to Missoula, knowing that they had other antlers that they had taken off the game range previously, and interviewed them back here at the office in Missoula and got them to come clean on all that stuff, and ended up getting those antlers back as well.
We're kind of thinking if it doesn't get adjudicated this year, we'll sprinkle them out there next year.
They're no good to us.
No. No, we're not going to do anything.
And what the deal is that they've stolen from people that are honest about it, you know, and doing it the right way.
Oh yeah, in the past 2 weeks, we've had 4 phone calls.
2 of the men have been caught and admitted to taking antlers. Now plans are taking shape to execute a search warrant and bring the other 2 suspects in for questioning.
Hello, Bill. Hey, we got things lined up. They're going to be in Missoula, both of them. We're going to get them right when they come out of work at 4 o'clock.
Coming up, wardens are in pursuit of antler thieves, and the suspects might cooperate, but the mule doesn't.
Well, here he goes. I like my horse. Whip. Hey, Dave.
You're watching Wardens only on Outdoor Channel. Montana game wardens in Regions 2 and 4 are working diligently to keep trespassers off their prospective wildlife management areas. The WMAs are closed to the public until May 15th to serve as a safe haven for wintering wildlife.
Here in Region 6, there's a lot of the other departments, you know, don't have the manpower, so as the game wardens, we'll help out as much as we can. And it's not always about the enforcement side of it. Deal a little bit more with the conservation side of it and help out the wildlife. Like this morning, we helped out with their sage grouse count, and come down here for the rest of the morning. We'll help out the fisheries crew with their walleye spawn.
At 134 miles long and boasting 1,520 miles of shoreline, Fort Peck Reservoir is the 5th largest man-made lake in the United States. It's also known as a premier walleye hatchery.
We got nets set out and traps, so we'll go check those traps and get some female walleye. Bring them back here, and this is where they squeeze the eggs and get them fertilized. We got some holding pens here, I guess, that they keep the green females in until they're ready to get the eggs out of them. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of big walleye. There's not too many people on the boat, maybe 4 or 5, and my role will be kind of help out each other where we can, dragging the net in and getting the fish out of the net. We'll get them weighed, get them measured, and keep the females if they got eggs, and bring them back here.
First thing this morning is we headed out along the shore of the reservoir here to go check our trap nets in hopes of finding some walleyes for the spawning operation. Try and find some with a pretty gradual slope. Hopefully a little bit of gravel and rock mixed in there with it. Seems like that's usually what the walleyes are looking for when they're attempting to spawn out here on Fort Peck.
We're in.
Biologist Heath Headley will log all of the fish caught in the nets.
Male. Another male.
The first 2 are males and are quickly released. Even the rough fish are counted and released.
That's it. That's it. No females. Looks like all we had was males in that one, and 1 smallmouth buffalo.
Ready to move on to the next trap?
Ready.
Ready. Here we go.
When we return, with warrants in hand, our teams get ready to bring in suspected antler thieves. Trap netting for the walleye spawn on Fort Peck Reservoir usually starts in March, but with cooler than normal temperatures and lingering ice cover, wildlife managers are starting later than usual. Montana Game Warden Todd Tryon is assisting. State biologist Heath Headley.
I think they said 27 nets and traps out there. And the nets will be set next to shore. Traps will be a little bit further out, and the walleye will swim and hit these nets and follow the net into the trap, and there they'll set. They check them, been checking them every morning, and depending on the trap, they'll get either no fish, or it could be a whole pile of anything from walleye, northern, carp, some shiners, crappies
Black
in there.
Black crappie. Nice Cisco.
A lot of perch will be caught in the net too.
That's it?
That's it.
The state of Montana has several wildlife management areas, all of which are closed from December the 1st to May the 15th for the protection of wildlife. The Blackfoot Clearwater and the Sun River game ranges are two of the most popular, with large numbers of wintering elk. Region 4 Warden Dave Holland has just put an antler out with a transmitter in an effort to deter potential trespassers.
I have a transmitted antler out. It's one of our techniques we use here on the game range to find out if anybody's been trespassing. So what I do is I don't have to be very close to the antler to know that it's there. I have a certain frequency I use, and so I don't have to visit the antler every day. I can, be a couple miles away and know it's still in location. If it moves, I'll be able to track it either back to a stash location, or I can track them back to their residence. I've made cases with this type of technology in the past. It's very effective, and the biggest effectiveness of it is it's a deterrent. It basically, there's no secret about it. I want people to know that I'm doing this. That way, if they decide to trespass on the game range, they may pick up a transmitted antler. So it's the psychological deterrent is the best effect. So this is the H antenna that we use, the receiver, and as you can hear, the antler is talking to me.
Wardens Holland and Schwam deploy trail cameras as another tool to catch potential poachers.
Not a lot of cover. Maybe if we put it like over here on that tree down low.
How about that real thick one right there?
Oh, and then that's probably a good one.
And then we'll put them out right out here. Let's do that.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Well, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to be setting up a trail camera. This trail right here has been used a lot by the elk. So when guys come in here shed hunting, they usually follow the elk patterns. We're going to take a trail camera, set it up here in this tree, and then we're going to put a couple of these antlers out in front of it. And if somebody comes by, this trail camera is designed to take movies. So we're going to hopefully get a video of either somebody walking this trail or stopping to pick these antlers up.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm neighboring warden to Dave, and I actually live in between two of the major game ranges, Sun River game range, this one being one, and Blackfoot Clearwater the other one. So both of them are neighboring districts to mine, so I help out on both.
I set these things up around the game range, along trails that people are normally going to walk. If they know we're using these things, it might, in the back of their mind, think, I better not be walking around the game range. I might end up walking in front of a camera. So it's another deterrent. No secret, I tell people I use them.
Next on Wardens, search warrants are issued and wardens are prepared to bring in a couple of trespassers. You're watching Wardens only on Outdoor Channel. Acting on a tip, Region 2 Warden Sergeant Dan Curtin is heading to the courthouse to obtain a search warrant to search for evidence in the home of 2 men suspected of trespassing and stealing antlers from the Blackfoot Clearwater Game Range.
Okay, we got the search warrant signed by Judge Odlin, and we'll be ready to go ahead and execute it.
We had received information that the 2 suspects had started a new job today, so we didn't want to call them off the job.
3 teams will be in place. 2 at the workplace, as there are 2 suspects, and the 3rd near the residence where the search warrant will be executed.
So we're just gonna wait right here. Some other guys are up waiting for the individuals, and they're gonna grab them and take them back to the office and interview them. We're gonna go from here after that happens and stage at the houses that we have the warrants for, and at that point we'll wait and see how cooperative the guys are in interviews, and whether or not the search warrants are going to be simple or more involved.
The plan is to wait outside the place of employment of the suspects until quitting time. As the cars start to leave, the 2 suspects appear and our wardens move in to talk with them. Each of the 2 teams of wardens makes contact with their suspects. Both agree to return to Fish, Wildlife, and Parks headquarters for questioning. Meanwhile, back on the Sun River Game Range, Wardens Dave Holland and Ezra Schwam have set out a transmitted antler and are now setting up a video trail cam.
Yeah, and I'm modifying it. I'm taking, all I want is day shots. I don't want a lot of glare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take electrical tape and I'm gonna block off the infrared sensor or the IR transmitter, because I don't need night shots. And I'm gonna block off the window that tells me about battery life. The less glare I have, the better. I'm just gonna leave the motion sensor and the camera lens open. We'll just pop it. Yeah, because I noticed when it'll focus on whatever's closest. So we can stick this one down in the bottom there.
Okay. Does that matter, do you think, that floppy?
No, I think you're good. Let's try to put like something right here. Where's that one you cut?
That's it, huh?
That's it.
Pretty simple.
So any proper trap, you need some cheese. So we'll put these out. And so the purpose of this is basically we're looking for anybody who's we're well into the game range. We're miles into the game range. So anybody who's in here, there's no excuse, they're trespassing. So we're either looking for somebody to use this trail, just come walking by. They'll see these antlers, stop. That particular camera takes video. So hopefully we can get some video of some people trespassing. Again, it's another deterrent. I tell people I do this, no secret. And so we'll see what happens. I think it's a good spot. I like it.
With the camera set up and ready to go, they're about to mount back up. But Warden Schwam's mule, Purpose, has plans of his own.
You little butt nut. Oh, Webby! Stop it. Oh, you're not helping out anything. Well, here he goes.
I like my horse.
Web. Hey, Dave.
Oh. He just wanted to be the road faster than you did.
Well, yeah, and I stopped and you were going.
Oh, I didn't know.
Trying to get on him. But Web. And then Webb was freaking not helping.
Oh, nipping at his heels.
Oh, Webb was being a pain. All right.
Okay, so I think the easiest way is to drop down the road and then take a right, because it's pretty thick down here.
Wardens are in place and are about to execute a search warrant when we return.
use an evidence tag for each one of them unless the spike antlers are together.
Region 2 wardens have confiscated elk antlers from a local taxidermist who had purchased them not knowing they were unlawfully taken from a closed wildlife management area. A search warrant has been issued, and the 2 suspects have agreed to return to Fish, Wildlife and Parks headquarters for questioning.
We waited until they were done with their job today and contacted both of the suspects and had them meet us here at the Fish, Wildlife and Parks office in Missoula, Montana.
Guys pull up in front of me and park right in front of me. That way he can get a shot into the garage when we open up the door.
10-4, is it this garage on the right?
Team 3 moves in to secure the residence for the search warrant. Upon arrival at the Fish, Wildlife and Parks headquarters, one of the suspects airs his frustration with the whole ordeal.
Yeah, you couldn't go to work. Not good. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'll make sure you're not there.
We separated the 2 suspects and interviewed them. Both suspects were cooperative and throughout the process.
You're not under arrest, but before we talk to you, we do have to give this warning to you. Just you get your rights, you know, and it's just something we do. It's just kind of a formality. Without further ado, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used again.
After being read his Miranda rights, the questioning begins.
I think you guys probably know what it's about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured so.
Okay. Well, why don't we just start from the beginning and tell us how many times you guys have been up there and what's been going on.
Okay. I've been up there 3 times this year.
Okay.
Just up where? The game range?
Yeah.
The Blackfoot?
Yes.
Okay.
This was my first year going up there, and you know, I was excited. I found a couple elk sheds. I think we went out there with 11.
Admitted that they had been on the game range and that they'd picked up antlers and they'd been on the game range a total of 3 times this year while it was closed. And pretty much admitted that they knew they weren't supposed to be there, but they did go in anyway and remove the antlers. And they admitted to selling the antlers to the taxidermist because they needed the money. And so we've got a full admission. We have the antlers, and we respect you being honest and upfront about it. And you know what we'll do is we got other guys we're talking to. Other guys are in trouble too. We got 50 antlers in the back there. So what we're going to do is we'll put it all together. We'll probably get a hold of you here, if not the end of this week, first part of next week, and just have you come in and sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and write you out some simple citations, and then you just go in and see the judge. And for misdemeanors. It is, but on this type of fine, you probably are going to lose them, but I can't say for how long. I mean, it could be 12 months, it could be 24 months. I don't think it would be any more than 24 or 36 months. But yeah, you're going to lose them. But because you've been kind of upfront, stand up and telling us the truth, you know, and we'll probably go in and ask for 24 months. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking at. But can't tell you that's what it'll be because the judge is the judge. You know, it could be less, it could be more. So now it'll be up to the county prosecutor to help us sort through what charges to file, and then the suspects can go in and see the judge once the tickets are issued, and the fine would be levied. So that's where we're at right now. Started a little rocky in the parking lot.
Sergeant Dan Curtin and Warden Ezra Schwam are at the home of the suspect waiting for him to arrive before executing the search warrant and confiscating additional evidence.
Okay, so what we basically have is we have 2 spike antlers and an elk ivory. The elk ivory is supposed to be in a backpack in his bedroom, and the antlers are supposed to be in the garage. All the other ones have been sold already. So it sounds like the guys are real confident that that's what's happened. So if you want to take a picture of the evidence, then we'll use an evidence tag for each one of them unless the spike antlers are together. I'll go ahead and fill out the receipt. I'll show him the original copy of the warrant, give him his copy of the warrant. We'll collect that stuff and then we'll be out of here.
Okay, so you want me to just fill out the tags for the
ivory and the 2 antlers.
Okay.
Because both suspects fully cooperated and we believe what they told us, originally we had a search warrant to go into one of the suspects' homes and look for antlers and evidence of antlers. But I believe we've got all the antlers. They sold them. They needed the money. When questioning the one suspect, he said he had 1 small set of antlers at his house, and we've got 1 warden that's going to go there and pick that set of antlers up. No reason to do a full-blown search. We feel they've been totally cooperative.
Are we going to go with him in the house to get the ivories, or are we going to let him? Okay.
Well, we'll see how things go.
Okay.
We'll see how things go. If he's real cooperative and stuff, and say we'll just follow you in, well, then one or both of us can just follow him in real quick to grab that.
Okay.
Everything else sounds like it's good. I already checked with everybody there, and they said there's no reason to take computers. So basically, I think once we have these 3 items, we'll be done.
Okay.
So.
Do we have to go somewhere else then, or
Nope.
is everything just right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be it as far as I don't know what they got going on yet. So.
Wardens greet the suspect as he arrives home. He is cooperating with the investigation and willing to turn over the remaining evidence.
How you doing? All right.
Sergeant Curtin explains the warrant and gives him a copy before entering the house.
Yeah, yesterday, as a matter of fact. Just gonna put these in the truck, and got some elk ivories to grab yet, and we'll probably be out of here. All right.
Okay,
so back to the office?
Yep, head back to the office.
All right. And 1 ivory that came out of this spike. Well, after the guys back at the office did some interviewing, apparently, and I don't know all the ins and outs yet, but they sold all the antlers except for a actually winter kill spike they found. They knocked those off and took an ivory from it on the game range. So that was all that was left at the house. So the search warrant just was pretty quick and painless. We just went in and grabbed the spike antlers from the garage, and he had the ivory in his backpack. Took us right to it. Real cooperative, so we'll go back and see what's in store at the office. We got a few more I think we got to talk to. So.
When we return, it's back to Fort Peck Reservoir, where our spawning operation is in full swing. With a vast and sparsely populated territory, Region 6 wardens often find themselves lending a helping hand to other fish, wildlife, and park staff. Today, Warden Todd Tryon is assisting the Fisheries Department with the annual walleye fish spawn on Fort Peck.
It's a good sized walleye right there. With the fish spawn, they like to get volunteers if they can, and usually it'll be one of the following the directions of the fisheries crew. And what I was doing was I was helping pulling the nets and netting out all the fish that were in there, whether it be northern walleye, crappie, carp, smallmouth and bigmouth buffalo. A lot of perch in there too. But we're pulling up the nets and netting out the fish.
First thing this morning is we headed out along the shore of the reservoir here to go check our trap nets in hopes of finding some walleyes for the spawning operation, which is conducted every year. Once we run through all our trap net locations, We'll bring the fish back to the spawning operation. Here we have some barges set up along with some holding pens. So once the female walleyes are back at the spawning barge, they'll go through and sort through the ripe fish, and they'll actually be in holding pens inside the barge.
If the female isn't ripe and ready to release the eggs, she will be kept in an outside holding tank.
From there, volunteers will go in and dip net the fish from the holding pens, transfer them to a hatchery worker where the eggs are collected in a bowl. Then they'll be transferred over into another barge where the milt is added. When you add the milt, you also add the water to activate the sperm, and that's when the fertilization process will begin. We let that sit for approximately 1 minute, stirring it with a feather at that same time. Once that 1 minute is up, we'll go ahead and add what is called diatomaceous earth. And what that does is it de-adheses the eggs, breaks them down from clumping together. Once they've water hardened in the egg cradles, which are in the horse troughs there, we'll go ahead, bag them up, place them in coolers, and then haul them back to the Fort Peck or Miles City hatchery. And there they'll go ahead, measure out the amount of eggs they have and determine the exact number. And then they'll be placed in hatching jars.
As the eggs hatch, they turn brown, which is actually the eye of the fish. From there, the baby fish are transferred to different holding tanks at various stages of development until they are ready to be released and stocked into area lakes.
Fort Peck is obviously a large body of water. When it's completely full, it encompasses roughly 240,000 surface acres. And last year alone, we gained 15 feet of water. There was lots of spring moisture and a fair amount of mountain snowpack that essentially created 33,000 more surface acres. And when that happens, it creates a large amount of habitat out there for the whole fish community. It gains a lot of attention. You know, there's definitely a shot at some nice large walleye out there. You know, definitely a 10-pound fish isn't out of the question by any means. So, you know, that gains a lot of anglers' interest from across the nation. We did have one today that went 15 pounds, 8 ounces. So, you know, very, very big fish.
400 miles to the west in Region 4, Wardens have been patrolling the Sun River Game Range looking for trespassers and antler thieves.
We're patrolling the Sun River Game Range. We do have a problem when the game ranges are closed, people coming on, picking up sheds.
The day is nearing the end, and Wardens Holland and Schwam return to the trailer.
We didn't find any trespassers today, but we set up our cameras. One of them put the transmitted antler out and just kind of riding around, trying to go cross country a bit. See if we could see anybody sneaking through the trees. We probably found 40 shed antlers without even really trying to find them. So I think it's going to be a good year this year on the Sun River because there's no shortage of antlers, and I'm sure we lost a few. You know, there's always people coming on, but we don't always catch them, unfortunately. So some of them probably left, but doesn't look like a whole bunch of them left because there's still plenty around.